Well, the role of SOPK, Slovak Chamber of Commerce and Industry, seems for us rather important. It's the Chamber of Commerce with a long tradition. That's the Chamber of Commerce with a very good partnership abroad. That's a Chamber of Commerce who started to exist in this territory some 165 years ago. We help the entrepreneurs to penetrate foreign markets, to find partners. We educate them, we organize seminars, workshops. We are the members of important associations like Euro Chambers, who is the Association of European Chambers. President of the chamber is the president also of World Chamber Federation in Paris. So I would say the impact is rather large. Well, since more than 15 years probably, we were in contact with the SOK, Italian-Slovak Chamber of Commerce. I don't hesitate to say that we, as SOPK, were one of the founding members of this association, because we have felt that the impact or the influence of the chamber is quite big, and interest of Italian companies for Slovak markets is great. So we cooperate very closely, we exchange information. Me personally, I'm the member of the board of directors in Italian Chamber. We have also very close connection to Italian Embassy, commercial section. We help each other when it is necessary to find partners either on Slovak side or on the Italian side. So that's a very good relation since many years. Well, of course, the business is done in the period of easy life and also in the period of difficulties. Well, now we live in turbulent times where the economies in the world, not only in the Europe, are in the move. And that's not so easy to survive. Also for the small Slovakian companies, like for Italian companies. That's why I think it's very important to exchange information, to try to solve the problems, to create solutions. And there is also the possibility to cooperate on the third markets, like South American markets, like African markets, like Eastern European, Russian markets. There is always the chance. Of course, we have to be prepared. We have to cooperate. We have to know about each other, know the technologies. We are happy that there is quite a lot of Italian small and medium companies in Slovakia. It's not only NL, it's not only the big ones, big players, but also the small and medium companies, and mainly those, they need more help and more advice for their activities. Slovakia is a country with highly educated, technically educated people. The proof is that the automotive industry with its sub-supplies is very strong in Slovakia. We know all that there are three big companies like Volkswagen, PSA, Peugeot, Citroën, and Kia in Slovakia. It's also important to say that they produce or they participate on gross domestic production in 12%, that they make the share of 43% on industrial production and 26% on Slovak exports, which is a rather high number. You have certainly heard that there is the Ford automotive company which is ready to come to Slovakia. I think the other advantage is that there is quite a strong support from the side of the government, because only automotive, for example, employs some 80,000 people, and Slovakia produces nearly 1 million cars per year, which is a large number. The other advantage for foreign investors is that the location is not bad. We are very close to practically each European market. There is the good connection also to the European ports, Rijeka, Hamburg, Terst, and I think it's not any reason to hesitate and not to come to Slovakia. Of course, the times are changing. Sometimes it's more easy, sometimes it's more complicated. And I would even say that from the very beginning, the Slovakia was also country known as a country with a good productivity, productivity of labor, and low wages. Well, but for me and for the chamber and for our people, the criteria of low wages, it's all along, it's very difficult to defend. We wanted our people earn more, that if the quality is good, also the salary should be good, and they also have a higher level standard of living. Well, this story of Volkswagen is not a very happy one. Well, we as a clients of automotive companies have the full right to buy the good product with all the parameters, technical, economical, of security, which are declared. And we are sorry to hear that sometimes the companies, and especially German company, who always were a kind of example for the technology, for the industry, have not always delivered the right numbers, the right figures. Certainly there will be the discussion, there will be some changes, personal changes happened already in the company of Volkswagen. The situation is such that for the Slovak economy probably it could have impact only in case that the sale would be lower, the production would be lower, then the numbers and the figures wouldn't be reached, which are planned in the production factory in Slovakia. Anyhow, we think that even worse is the image of the company. They have lost the image, and this is the pity, because Volkswagen was one of the leading players in the automotive market, and nowadays people seem to lose confidence somehow in the product. So we shall see what will be the further development. Anyhow, I trust the technicians. I believe that they will solve all the problems without any great technical disadvantages for the customers, for the users. Slovakia is not a very big country. We only have 5.4 million inhabitants. We are a well-educated country. We have good universities, good research institutes, but certainly the capacities are limited. So I think sometimes really it happens that the qualified working force in certain sector is not available. Anyhow, as investors, so the government with the studies have already made has taken some measures, and the companies, like foreign investors, they already do make some courses, some extra education just for the production they need, plastic industry, in automotive, aluminium welding, and the things of this. Well, difference between western and eastern Slovakia, eastern part of Slovakia, certainly is, but nowadays, if there is everything delivered on just on time principle, it's rather difficult because the companies do not have big stocks. They have just stock for 2-3 days probably. And until not the whole network of highways is ready in Slovakia, which would ease the transport of products from eastern Slovakia to the factories on the western part. So I understand that the investors concentrate mainly on this axis north-south, which is in the western Slovakia, Bratislava, Trenčín, Žilina, and so on. As concerns EU, euro currency, we are satisfied. It was accepted some 2009. In Slovakia, of course, the businessmen are happy about this. There is less risk about the rate of exchange, so it's okay like this. As concerns the second question, well, the whole European Union since 2008, the first crisis, was in certain problems. At the end, when it seemed that we shall find solution for solving these problems, came the Greek crisis. Okay, there were the measures as such, we know all about them, but if we have solved the problem of Greece, I hesitate to say yes, because we just put it away for a few years. We shall see, probably it will come back. The second issue about migrants. We are really very sorry about those who have to leave the houses, the families, and so on and so on. We are ready to help on a humanitarian basis, that's certainly true. But we can hardly push the people to stay in Slovakia if they wish to go to Sweden or Germany. Well, that's not a question of numbers, because there are the quotas today, but yesterday came X thousand to Europe. Today came another X thousand immigrants to Europe. Tomorrow will come another X thousand. Over the weekend, you see the news in your site on our. So we didn't solve the problem. If we divide 120,000, what shall we do with the rest? Until they do not accept that the life in European Union is also not so easy like everywhere. We know the numbers of unemployment in Spain, in Slovakia, Italy, in other countries, which are not always low. So I think first we have to take care of our inhabitants. Anyhow, European Union was created for Europeans. And one of the tasks is to defend the frontier of European Union. Somebody didn't fulfill the homework. Probably southern countries, from the countries with many islands and so on. So that is a real problem. And about the working power, yes, we see that the young people are coming. We are happy about this. But until you start working, you have to learn the life in the country, also in Germany, in Slovakia. You have to learn the language somehow. Not everybody speaks even English from those migrants coming to European countries, European Union. So I think sometimes the promises and the expectations of the people coming to the European Union from the South are higher than even the reality can offer. We have seen the promises of German politicians. Okay, that was beautiful, that was nice, that was really agreeable, it was warm by heart, but now see the reactions from Bavarian minister, from the others. There is much more need for help, and I would say also here, if we discuss in the Chamber of Commerce, we would prefer to help the people on spot, to help in their countries, to develop more, let's say, the industry, let's say, stop wars, of course. And then also the move of and then the flow of the people from those countries to European Union will stop.